We have Kevin Billy was the first original. We have Roxy and Mo. We have Kenny and Naomi. We have Mike and Marjorie. What? He's unavailable, ladies. Sorry. Dark chocolate is off the market. We have Ray and Michelle. We have Alex and Josh. We have my mother and father, my mother just joined, so my mother and father. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. We have a bunch of people who come with their significant other. And I think it's great to award a duo that really is dynamic in everything they do. And they're always together. I don't think I've ever seen them apart. And the Dynamic Duo Award, I'm not going to announce it yet because I want to say more about them. I love when they're around. When I see that they're in class, it really makes me happy. I love working with them. We've built up such rapport where I can say whatever. Other people in the class might think it's rude or whatever. People think I'm rude. But if I'm talking to them, they know, we're here. We know what's going on. And I'm sometimes lost when they're not around. And this dynamic duo isn't necessarily a couple at all, but it's Jodi and Jess. That's the dynamic duo right there. Coach is getting a word, but this other coach has been with us for a long time as well, and she has been instrumental for the last year or so. Amazing what she's been able to do. Amazing the patience that she has with foundations people. Amazing. She does an excellent job, and she makes it so comfortable for foundations people to come into her class afterwards. Everyone that I text and say how things are going at foundations, and those of you who have been through foundations, know that I text you about it, and you're like, Amanda's awesome, she does such a great job, very happy. And if you have her in class, I'm sure you had nothing but great things to say about her. And I'm sure I can go a bunch of different routes with this, but I would like to highlight the fact that she is the most likely to be impregnated by a member award. She does such a great job. She got like a great booty award, nicest booty, biggest booty. I guess I gave the booty award to Sky, but there's a lot of lovely booties in the box, and if you come to 5:30, my dad will point them out to you. If you come to any class, he'll point them out to you. You have to come to class, he knows, and he takes the video and Instagrams it, and it's like weird and stuff, but anyway, you know a nice butt when you see it, right? Everyone does, whether you're a guy or a girl alike. But I didn't want to shout out this individual because I didn't want her to feel some sort of way that I was highlighting her booty, and then when she came up here, she'd be shy and a little nervous. So I want to highlight her booty through another means. So usually, every girl that has a booty has a guy who's able to see that booty and touch the booty. So this member indirectly is winning an award because his girlfriend has an awesome butt. So the luckiest hands award goes to Alex L. You rocks who are supportive, who come to everything, who are just always around, and that necessarily doesn't always happen when they first start. Sometimes it takes a little bit for them to get warmed up to everyone around, to know everyone, to get comfortable, and then they start making their introductions and doing things outside of what they would just normally do during their class. This one member, from the beginning of when they started, has been nothing but supportive. Comes to events, anytime. This is rude. Well, Brian. This member, for real, has been supportive from the very beginning, whether it's financial donation to a good cause, or he just comes out and supports. I really can't thank him enough. And again, he's not a guy who's looking to get shout out for it. He'll come in and say, here's 20 bucks, give it to whoever needs to get it. He doesn't want any accolades or to get any recognition for it. He just does it so no one knows, because I'm the one giving everyone the money that donate and say, yeah, I just donated here, $20. But it's really his money. So I want to shout out Johnny for most supportive. This is an original OG right here. Has been with me for a very long time. Andy was in my first, unofficially Andy was at my first class before it was Isabella Fitness. Kev was at my first class officially under Isabella Fitness. And I am so thankful he showed up through those doors on day one, because who knows where I would be if he wasn't a part. It is really insane, the journey that we have been through together. Obviously with Andy and a few other original members, we have formed a community now of 150 plus, starting from 5 or 6 people that stuck together. Now, if I didn't have the Kevs and the Andys and some of the original people from the very beginning, Mo, Justin, Rubio, there's a bunch in the audience. If you, he brings a lot of stress to my life, but again, he's also made me who I am today as a CrossFit athlete, because I can tell you I would never have done it had he not pushed me. And this is an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid, and I thought I was gonna mold his future when really he helped me mold mine. Through the years, I've seen him grow up, and if you see any photos from him from a couple years ago, it's like, damn, he looks 12 years old, as everyone says. I posted a picture recently of him from a while back, and everyone was like, yo, Kev, you look like you're 12, and this is only a couple years ago. So I've seen him grow as a man, as a coach, as an athlete. Still can't surpass me for whatever reason on the CrossFit floor. But in other areas, I think he's surpassed and kind of taken the torch from me. And I think this is probably the time where it's most fitting to give him this award, because of some of the comments we heard earlier. He's created a whole ladies' night based on the fact that they love looking at him. That's the only reason why ladies' night exists. Come on, ladies. Come on, clap up for that. They come for Kevin. That's what they do. They don't care about the workouts or rope slams or tire flips. They care about looking at Kev. And I think this is the part where he starts to unbutton a little bit and get comfortable. So he's not only become someone that the ladies love to look at, but he's also infiltrated the minds of the females in all classes throughout the day. And he is a pleasure to look at. And I think he's kind of caught on. It's a kind of joke in CrossFit, you're not really working out until you take your shirt off. But I never see him with a shirt on anymore. His shirt is off all the time for no reason. It's like an hour after he's worked out. Yeah, I'm just like still sweating, you know? It's like really hot. Just always just chest puffed out, hair all over the place, right? He doesn't shave it at all. He grooms it, as a matter of fact. He will not cut it. Like years ago, I'm like, yo, you get to cut that. He's like, nah, man. And then he keep it, and it's really long, and it's gorgeous. But he always has his shirt off, and if you want to see it, it usually happens, he usually works at around 6 to 7 here, p.m. Yeah, so if you wanna check it out, come by. But anyway, he has, I think, developed into CrossFit Cerebral's own eye candy.